Alyssa McCrea and her husband planned to move from Washington, D.C. to the suburbs when their daughter graduated from high school. And just as their daughter was preparing to graduate, the pandemic hit, and the couple stumbled upon their perfect home.
This house had been on the market for a month or more when we found it, and we really didn't have any competition at that stage because I think everybody was afraid to go look at houses.
They listed their home for sale in April of 2020 and were prepared to wait for months to find a buyer.
We accepted an offer on the house after it was on the market for like 3 days, and they offered us more than what we were asking, which we couldn't believe. I mean, we were afraid we weren't going to sell our house, and now we were getting more than what we asked for.
Experts say McCrea could not have picked a better time to change houses. Since April 2020, the housing market in the country has been growing, mostly thanks to the record low interest rates, only about 2.7% on average in 2020, according to the National Association of Realtors.
So they took the advantage of the low rates, and home sales increased 20% above the pre-pandemic levels.
Millennials entered the housing competition very actively, and they make up roughly 22% of U.S. population, according to the U.S. Census Bureau.
Millennials are the largest generational group in the country, and they're aging into their home buying years. So they're hitting their mid-30s, they want to settle down, they want to buy a home.
That's why the demand went up so rapidly. One of the more popular real estate websites, Zillow, registered a 1.5 billion increase in clicks and online views. And there are simply not enough houses for everyone who is looking to buy.
In my estimation, for the country as a whole, we are short by 6 million housing units.
The National Association of Home Builders also acknowledges the housing shortage, but their numbers are 3 times smaller. And they add, the problem has existed for the last decade, and the pandemic only made it obvious.
The Great Recession was just absolutely devastating for the housing industry, and many just left the labor force for good. So we still have a deficit of skilled labor because of that. And then the young people are not interested in coming into the construction trade.
High demand, coupled with a shortage of houses, cause a spike in housing prices.
Home values in the U.S. have climbed 10% over the past year, and homes are selling in a median of 14 days, which is 20 days faster than they were a year ago.
However, experts say the housing market is very unlikely to crash like it did in 2008. One of the reasons, stricter lending conditions.
Interest rates move up, you'll start to see prices flatten out. And interest rates should be moving up sometimes in the next 6 months to a year.
Officials with the National Association of Realtors believe the market will settle down by 2022 and predict housing prices are unlikely to drop. For Alyssa in Washington, NRI's VOA News.